Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be joined by Esley Grier from Entertainment Fanatic Reviews, and we're going to be doing a review for Friday the 13th Part 3. So before I get into my part of the review, I'm going to let Esley do his part. So take it away, Esley.
Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Esley Grier from Entertainment Fanatic Reviews, and I want to thank Robbie Long from Ogre Boy 1992 for letting me be a part of this Friday the 13th Part 3 review. Before we get started, I do want to state that this is my second favorite in the franchise, and probably is my most watched horror film growing up. If not of all time, because there have been plenty of movies that I've watched since then, plenty of times. So, yeah, I do have a really special place in my heart for this one. Last time I watched it, I barely had any negatives, and the negatives I do have don't really bring this movie down for me. It's a really enjoyable slasher film. I mean, if I had to point out the negatives, it would be some of the 3D effects. You know, when you watch it in 2D, it's very noticeable, and some of the practical effects aren't the best, but I would love to see this movie in its true 3D form. I've never seen it in 3D whatsoever. I've only seen it in 2D, but if I actually got to see it in its true 3D form, that would be fantastic. And I love Jason in this film. This is the introduction to the hockey mask. He is very intimidating in this film, and the way he looks underneath the mask really did scare me as a kid. There are plenty of terrifying scenes for me with this film when I was little. I mean, looking back now, it's just like, I've seen it before. And it's not scary, but it's still a very enjoyable and fun film. A lot of people don't like Shelley in this film, but I love Shelley. I can relate to him. I like the cast. I mean, they're your typical horny teenagers in a slasher film, but Chris is my favorite final girl of all time, and if I had to give this film a score, it would either be an 8.75 or a 9 out of 10. Thank you once again, Robbie, for letting me be a part of this review, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Thank you, Esley, and everything. I'm really glad you could be in this review and everything, so that's awesome. And I'll get on with my part. The movie is directed by Steve Miner and written by Martin Kit Rosser, Carol Watson, and Petru Popsu. And this movie follows a group of friends who go to spend the weekend or whatever at this lake house that's on Camp Crystal Lake. The lead girl is the owner of the house and everything, and her friends are with her and everything. The cast in this is pretty good. I think it's actually one of the better sets of characters in this franchise. Dana Kimmel plays Chris, who is the final girl and everything, and she actually has a bit of a history with Jason. I like that a lot. I think it's really cool and everything that they kind of have a little bit of a history with one of the characters. For once, she had originally lived at this cabin for a long time at Camp Crystal Lake, and she was stalked by Jason and traumatized by him, so she ended up leaving for a couple years, and she came back to face her fears and everything of being at that lake and everything. So I think she's pretty cool, final girl and everything. And I love that there's a connection between her and Jason. Paul Kratka, I'm sorry, plays Rick, who is Chris's boyfriend, and I think he does pretty good. I think the chemistry between the two of these two are really good. Everything, you actually kind of care a little bit about their relationship, although he doesn't really last very long in this movie once things start going. Tracy Savage plays Debbie, who is pregnant, and her boyfriend Andy is played by Jeffrey Rogers. Both of them are alright characters. They kind of are there to get killed off, like most of these characters, but they have pretty good personalities. Debbie gets stabbed with machete through the back and out her chest. It's a pretty cool scene. And Andy gets a really cool scene. He's like walking on his hands and everything, and Jason comes up from behind him and cuts him from between the legs and pretty much like bisects him. It's really cool. Everything. I think it would have been a lot cooler if we would have got to see a little bit more, but it's still a really cool scene. Catherine Parks plays Vera, who and Larry Zerner plays Shelley, who is one of the standout characters to me. Shelley has a crush on her, and she's supposed to be his blind date, but you can tell she doesn't really like him and everything. And Shelley likes to play pranks on everybody and scare everybody over and over again, and everything. But Vera's death is pretty cool. Jason shoots her with a spear gun through the eye. It was a pretty cool scene and everything. It was one of the scenes that they tried to use for the 3D gimmick, and while the 3D part of it doesn't look very good, the rest of it is really cool and everything, I think. And then Shelley, he gets his neck slit, but one of the reasons he's one of the standout characters, besides being funny and kind of being a comic relief character, and I like his pranks and stuff and how socially awkward he is. He's kind of relatable and stuff, but the main reason he's notable in this movie is because he's the one that owns the hockey mask that Jason takes on. After he kills Shelley, Jason takes the hockey mask, and it becomes of course, the symbol of the franchise and Jason in general. So I thought that was a pretty cool scene. Two of the other friends are played by David Cadams and Rachel Howard. Their names are Chuck and Chili. They're kind of hippies and stuff. Chuck gets electrocuted when he's trying to figure out why the power got cut off. Jason throws him into the power generator and electrocutes him. That death was okay. One of my favorites in the movie. And then Chili, Jason kills her with the I don't know what they're called, but the things you move the firewood when you have a fire in the fireplace to move it around or whatever. I can't remember what they're called, but he has it, and it's lit up and everything, and he sticks it through her. Really awesome scene. One of the best kills in the movie. And Rick gets killed by Jason. He squeezes his head in and makes his eye pop out. Another one of the things they use for the 3D gimmick, and I thought it was cheesy. I still kind of think it's cool and everything. Sherry Mogans plays Edna, and Steve Susskind plays Harold. They're like these two people, a couple that's living in the I guess they live by the lake. Jason kills both of them. They're kind of like not really hillbilly, I guess, like Hicks and everything, but they had pretty cool death scenes. I think that Harold got the better death scene, but both of them were pretty cool. And then David Wiley plays Abel, who is kind of like Crazy Ralph from the first two movies. He says that Jason gave him this eye to warn the kids not to go on the lake and everything, and they still go on the lake, of course, anyway. But he was okay. They didn't really do much with his character. He just in the one little scene. But David Wiley did a good job playing the crazy weird freak and everything. And then, of course, the standout of this movie to me is Richard Brooker as Jason. He's one of the best. To me, he's one of the best Jasons. One of the most brutal and awesome ones. I love like how when Chris is in the van and it's run out of gas and everything. He's got a hurt leg and everything because he'd gotten a cut on his leg, and he's like hobbling, but he's also running at the same time. It's like really, really cool and everything. It probably looks like the way I run when I run across the street. But it was a really cool scene and everything, and he's just really, really brutal. And like I said, he's a great Jason. The score is done by Harry Manfredini and Michael Zager, and I think it's a pretty good score. It was a lot different than the first two movie scores. The first two were kind of close to the same and everything, but this one had kind of like an electric pop vibe and everything, and it was pretty cool. It's pretty good score and everything. I don't know that I'd say I like it more than the first two or not, but it's still good. You know, cinematography by Gerald Field is pretty good. Like I've said before, I love the cinematography in these movies because they really, since they shot them in locations in these woods and stuff, it really, you get that feel of isolation and atmosphere that you get when you're in the woods and stuff. So I like that a lot. But all in all, I think Friday the 13th Part 3 was good. It was, besides some of the 3D gimmicks, I think could have been better and everything. The rest of the movie is really enjoyable and everything, and it's one of my favorite ones in the series, I think. Like the first two, I'd give this one an 8.5 out of 10 because I really enjoy this movie a lot. And I also like the first two. I'll say this isn't really some thought-provoking movie or anything. It's just a good turn your brain off slasher, and it's a lot of fun to watch. And definitely a great entry in the series. It's one of the most iconic ones because this is the one where Jason gets his mask and everything. And Richard Brooker was just excellent as Jason and everything. But anyway, that's my part of the review for Friday the 13th Part 3. Thank you, Esley, for being in this video, and I'll leave a link to his channel, Entertainment Fanatic Reviews, so definitely check out his channel. He's reviewed all of these movies on his channel before, so check out his full reviews for this movie and for the other ones and everything. And also check out Horror Enthusiast 101 on Facebook. It's a group. It's a really cool group. Esley and I are in there, along with Lee from Weibo Man, Derek from Derek's Horror Corner, Corey from CDR, Desmond from Desmond Flicks, and many other guys are in there too. So definitely check that out, and let me know in the comments what you think of this movie. Is this one of your favorite Friday the 13th movies? Is it one of your least favorites? What do you think of Jason in this movie? I almost said Michael Myers. Sorry. What do you think of Jason? Do you think Richard Brooker was a great casting in this? Do you think he's one of the best people to play Jason? Let me know in the comments. And thank you, and have a good day, everybody.